All right. Well, it seemed there was a little bit of interest in the last little short video I did. So back in the dojo, I was thinking, oh, I wonder what people might be interested in. So just some of the stuff I do, working on the heavy bag, is working on what's called Henka. Henka basically means a variation of something, right? So take anything, and there's a kata, right? The kata means the form. Generally the way of doing something, the proper way of doing something. Kata can be very rigid, and of course in our dojo, we're very exacting about the kata. Your arm's not here, it's here, and there's, we get, interested in very detailed form, right? Kata, form, that's what kata means, is form, for the technique. But in application, of course, nothing actually looks like the way it does in kata, so there's got to be kind of a bridging thing from the kata. So everything has to change. If you use kata as kind of the starting point, if you will, the basic starting point, then things you have to bridge from the Katachi, or the form of something, to the application. So I was just thinking about this. I was just doing some awashigeri. I'm actually doing a round robin of makiwara. We've got this coffee bag filled with sand that we strike with our shins, a little conditioning. And I'll let you come over here and do some repetitions on the heavy bag, some push-ups, some chishi work, and then a kata, just once I'm tired. So, real quick, Henka for a Mawashigeri. Of course, we all learn a Mawashigeri. I'm trying to stay where you see me, but we all learn a Mawashigeri. We learn the proper, form of a Mawashigeri. But I like to look at it and see, okay, where are there ways I can change the proper form? What we would teach is, this form of knee up, rotate, turn your heel, and all that stuff. Looks like a good Mawashigeri. Let's see if we can't change it a little bit. So I'll just do a couple examples of some changes. One is, I want it to angle up. If I'm targeting maybe the inside of the leg, I go from here, a Mawashigeri might look just like this. So the angle of the technique kind of does this. If I'm targeting maybe the nerve along the outside of the leg here, we might change it up a little bit and go here, where we're dropping down at this angle. So one variation, Henka, might be this way. Another variation might be this way. So we'll go here, up, or down, like this. Another variation we might think about is maybe the angle. A lot of times we see a Mawashigeri is striking from the side, but if we just change the angle a little bit, we can kind of catch it from the front, and it can be very devastating from here. So instead of kind of striking this way to the side, almost look at catching it so that I've got almost a frontal strike. My knee is going to be kind of bent like this, and I'll catch the bag like this, basically catching in the front. If I'm targeting someone, it might be right in here. That can be very painful. Coming here, it's almost a straight-on kick, like this, where the shin ends up driving into the target. That's another one. Might be one where I'm fighting my left foot forward, and I want to drive straight from the front foot like this, or I want to gain an angle like this, so I step 1, 2, and then strike. So it might look like this. One variation, Henka, might look like this. Cross like this. Over here, like this. So basically, I'm changing the angle, stepping out, and then coming up with Mawashigeri like this. I also like to switch it up to where you can vary it with a Maegeri, say, and do the same thing. So it's kind of a check Maegeri, and then from here the same thing. Put it down, touch, and then one of those variations. So we might just touch, strike, touch, strike, touch, strike, like that. And so with all these techniques, and you can take just about any technique, work on the variation, What does the kata look like? And then what might some variations off of that look like in application, and then train to some of those variations that you think might work in application.